There's nothing worse. Start of the summer has just reached us, and you got your tennis racket and your balls out, and you're hit down with just a little bit of touch of lateral epicondylitis. I hate that. Might be a bit more familiar if I call it tennis elbow, of course. Dr. Rosemary.
Good morning.
Tell us all about it now, please.
What it is, people get muddled up between tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. They're the two main elbow injuries. Tennis elbow occurs here, so it would be on the outside of your elbow there. And you
just let me get my muscle up before
you go. Well, in fact, that's quite good, very good.
Yeah.
And what happens is, it's when you're gripping and moving your forearm, then you get tiny tears in the muscle and in the tendon, which inserts the muscle into the bone.
So it's that muscle there, is it?
Yeah.
I like showing this one.
Yeah, that's better one. It's your right hand. Yes, it's that
one there.
That one there, and there's a tendon that goes into the bone, and that you get tiny tears in it, which that's what causes the pain. Golfer's elbow. It's on the other side.
I get a lot of that.
That's on the other side. And it's just the different movement involved in golf. And the worst thing you can do if you get tennis elbow is to carry on playing, because there's little tears there and you've got to rest them. And when it first starts hurting, you need to cool it down, which actually helps. You put ice on it, it helps to stop it bleeding, and it helps to stop the inflammation.
How do you know you have it and you haven't just gone a little, because often you get a little tweak and you go, I'll carry on, but how do you know it's something you have to really be wary of?
Quite often you can get it to a minor degree and you just get, as you say, the little tweak. But then if you carry on playing, it gets worse and worse and worse. And every time you grip your racket and you do a movement, do a forehand, or particularly a backhand, it seems to be worse with backhands, then you really get quite a searing pain. And the more you play on an injured joint, the worse it will get. And the rule with sporting injuries, if you get a sporting injury, is what we call the RICE rule, R-I-C-E. Rest it, ice, compress it and elevate it. So basically you rest it and you put ice on it.
Do you want to work away with me there?
Right, what we've got to begin with, this is, if you haven't got a bag of frozen peas or ice, you can use one of these cold...
Oh, I have peas.
You have peas. We have one of the cold sporting sprays, and does that feel cold?
Yeah, it does. It actually feels, yeah.
It actually feels quite cold. And then you need to rest it. But then when it's recovering, which can be 2, 6, 12 weeks later, and you want to start playing again, you have a potential weakness in that area and it needs support. So you use strapping, and this is special sports strapping.
Strap me up, Rosemary.
Hope he knows what it's going to be like when it comes off.
You see? Your weights on there, they're sniggering.
That's right, and you can strap it up, and this provides, it's just very stiff.
This is staying on, actually, just for us today.
This is going to make you look like the hero, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just a bit of an
You just flex your elbow, you see, like that.
The interesting thing is only 5% of people who get tennis elbow are actually tennis players.
Yes, I mean, you actually get it with anything that involves gripping and flexing. So you can actually get it from doing canoeing, from squash,
from painting,
and actually from some housework you can get tennis elbow if you're using your, that's probably quite tight, if you're using your arm a lot. It's not just tennis players that get it. But if you try and start playing tennis, if Wimbledon, you think, right, it's Wimbledon, I'm going to go out and start playing tennis. If you go out there and start hitting the ball hard without warming up, that's a recipe for any sort of sporting injury. And with any sport you take up, you should always warm up first. And when you see these players coming out here, they have been warming up and playing a few practice games first. They haven't just gone out from the dressing room and onto the court. Their muscles are already warm, and that's the trick to it. Warm up first, stretch the muscles before you start playing or doing any sport, and when you finish playing, do a few stretches afterwards.